Hello, this is Priscilla, and welcome to the Conversational Hour with Priscilla. I look forward to your active participation as we engage and embark upon our topic for today, New to America.
Hello, teacher.
I am here.
Oh, okay.
I'm just putting up pulling up the documents for the class, and then we will start. I
Okay.
think I'm just finishing. Just see. I just finished doing that. And I'm going back up to the top. And here I am coming to class now. Thank you for arriving, Ismail. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. As you well know, our time goes by very quickly, especially if we have several people in the class. Could you quickly read what you see on the screen for me? Ismail, can you read what's on the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Nancy was new to America. She came to America speaking only her native language. She brought her 8-year-old son with her. He was all she had in the world. They found an apartment in Arcadia. They were there for only 2 months when a neighbor's dog jumped over the fence. The dog ran toward Nancy's son. Nancy put her body in between the dog and her son. The dog stopped when it saw Nancy screaming at it. She was going to punch it in the nose. The dog turned around. Shaking, Nancy took her son upstairs. They stayed in the apartment all weekend. Then Nancy found another apartment close to the school that her son was going to attend. She and her son walked everywhere. One day her son started coughing badly. He
Mm-hmm.
had an asthma attack. All the walking was making his asthma worse.
Continue. Oh, well, hold on. I'll pull it down. Dump, dump, dump. Let's see. Where's the rest of it? Okay, Nancy knew she had to buy a car.
Nancy knew that she had to buy a car, so she called up the Honda dealer. She talked to salesman who spoke her language. She told him that she wanted to buy a new car if he could come over to pick her up. The salesman said he would be right over.
Fantastic. Do you have any questions about the article that you just read about Nancy is new to America? Do you have any questions?
No questions.
Okay, great. So we're going to go ahead and go down and enter to the second part of the activity, which is down, 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 which is here. Now, what I want you to do is look at the blank lines, try to put in what you think goes in the blank line. It could be whatever you think it might be. It may be the wrong answer or not, but I want your brain to just accept whatever you think. If you don't know, just say, I don't know. All right?
Priscilla, I couldn't see
You can't.
because the
Mhm.
it
Yes?
is too small.
Okay, I'll see if I can make it larger.
Actually,
I'll make it small. I'll make it a little larger for you. I'm
okay.
going to make it larger. It is kind of tiny, isn't it? Let's see if I can make it larger. 18,
Oh,
and
okay.
is that better?
Yes.
Okay. Whenever you're ready. Nancy was.
Nancy
Mhm.
new to America. She came to America speaking only her native language.
Continue.
She
Say, I don't
took
know. If you
she
don't know,
took
just keep.
she took her 8-year-old son with her. Is it okay?
Yeah, whatever you say is going to be fine. If you don't know,
Okay.
just I don't know. Keep going. He was.
He was
I don't know.
he was
Just say I don't know and keep going.
he was
You're saying
only thing she had in the world. She
okay.
was
Okay.
They found an apartment in Arcadia. They
Hmm.
were there for just 2 months when a neighbor's dog jumped over the fence.
I think I took it down, didn't I? One moment. Let me get it back. I took it down. There. Nope, that's not it. But now go back to here. Go back to here. Here. Okay. Got it. They were there. Here.
They were there for just 2 months when a neighbor's dog jumped over the fence. The dog ran toward Nancy's son. Nancy put her body in between the dog and her son. The dog stopped when it saw Nancy screaming at it.
Hmm. Can you see it? You can't see the screen?
It is too big. I couldn't see the whole screen.
Okay, let me go back
I
and get it.
only
Let me go get it again.
see a small part of screen.
All right. I'm trying to figure out how to get to it. I don't know. Now I'm gonna go back again. Hold on.
Control space plus or minus. You can use the 3 button to zoom in and zoom out.
Okay. Thank you. But now. Mm. Well, the one thing is that I deleted the document when I was erasing something so that you wouldn't have to read it. But just have to get back to it. I'm almost there. I'm there now. Okay, so make this 12 and bold. Okay, screen share. All right, now you should be able to see the screen.
Yes.
Okay, I think I've got it now. Continue. You can start.
The dog stopped when it saw Nancy screaming at it.
Okay.
She was
going to punch it in the nose.
She was going to punch in the nose. The dog turned around, shaking. Nancy took her son upstairs. They stayed in the apartment all weekend. I don't know. Nancy found another apartment close to the school that her son was going to attend. She and her son walked everywhere. Nancy and her son walked everywhere. One day, her son started coughing badly. He had an asthma attack. All the walking was making his asthma worse. Nancy knew that she had to buy a car, so she called up the car dealer. She talked to a salesman who knew her language. She told him that she wanted to buy a new car if he can come over to pick her up. The dealer said he would be right over. Teacher?
Now you see another set of words. I'm sorry, my microphone was muted. Now you see another series of words: asthma, attend, cough, dealer, fence, neighbor, punch, and scream. Let us turn our attention first to Eugene. Eugene, are you able to see these words on the screen? If so, please,
Yes,
please,
hello.
hello,
Yes, I'm able to see.
please say all of these words. Please say each
Uh,
of these words.
Asthma, attend, cough, dealer, fence, neighbor, punch, scream.
Okay, do you know what each of these words mean?
Yeah.
Okay, and what I want to ask you to do then, Eugene, I want first Ismail to do it. Ismail, I want you to use each of these words as you tell a story. It can be the story that you just read, or it can be one that you made up, and I will model the example of what you should do. Okay. It was only yesterday that I decided that I would attend a class online. I wasn't feeling well because I had a very bad cough. Although I do not have asthma, I wasn't feeling well. It was probably because of the weather, and my neighbor has a dog that is beyond his fence. Well, yesterday the dog got out and the dog chased me, and I had to run until I was out of breath. In fact, I had to scream. The neighbor ran out of the house and started to call his dog because he realized that I was going to punch his dog in the nose. My mother said that I spent too much time outside without being in a car, so next month we're going to go to the dealer and buy me a car. I've used all of the words that were in the story in some form or another. Ismail, do you have questions about what I did? If not, I'd like for you to do the same.
No questions. Press
Okay.
yes.
I'd like to hear your story as you tell it. Ismail,
Yes.
could you tell your story?
Okay. My son is 6 years old and he has asthma attacks, especially in summertime. He attend a middle school close to our home. He usually goes to school by walking, and when the pollens are flying in the air during the season, he usually gets cough because his asthma. There is a fence around the school because of the security reason. My son goes to school with our neighbor's girl. My neighbor has a Doberman dog, and my son is afraid of this dog. When he see this dog, he is screaming usually, and he want to punch this dog because the dog is very dangerous, and I want to buy a car to commute my son to the school because his asthma get worse, especially during the summertime when he walks to school. I am going to call a car dealer and buy a car for my son.
Okay, very nicely done. Eugene, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, you may start.
Okay. The other day, my neighbor bought a dog, and I noticed that I have a real heavy cough. I think that maybe it's going to be an asthma or something like this. So my best bet to call my dealer on a wood market store and to build a fence. So I don't want to attend my medical treatment. Not attend. But I don't like this dog because it makes me so many problems. So I would scream on it and punch him in the nose. And dealer, I said this word when I want to call my dealer and will mark it.
Okay, and just as a reminder, even if you did say the word, I didn't hear it, so it's always better to just go ahead and say it again. Okay, thank you. All right, well, Ismail, Eugene, you did marvelous with that. Thank you very much. And let's go here and see what questions can I answer for you so far about what we have done. Everything is clear so far?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's find out what else we can find as a challenge for you guys today. And here is the story. I would like for you to look at this image and tell me the story as you remember it. Eugene, take about 30 seconds and tell me, look at the pictures now. You're going to look at the pictures. It doesn't matter which order you tell it, but let your story relate to Nancy is New to America. For 30 seconds, you may begin.
Okay. On our planet, we have many problems, and one of them are asthma and cough and some environmental problems that we may face. So,
okay, that is your 30 seconds. Now, Eugene,
yeah.
you only have 30 seconds to tell the story that we read. We didn't read about the Earth, not really, but her boy is all she has in the world. Okay, so tell it as you remember. Did you even read the story? I don't think you read.
No.
Okay,
I
let me go
read
back.
it.
Let me go back and find it for you to give you an opportunity to read the story. Okay, would you start here? Nancy was new to America.
Okay, Nancy was new to America. She came to America speaking only her native language. She brought her 8-year-old son with her. He was all she had in the world. They found an apartment in Arcadia. They were there for only 2 months when a neighbor's dog jumped over the fence. The dog ran toward Nancy's son. Nancy put her body in between the dog and her son. The dog stopped when it saw Nancy screaming at it. She was going to punch it in the nose. The dog turned around. Shaking, Nancy took her son upstairs. They stayed in the apartment all weekend. Then Nancy found another apartment close to the school that her son was going to attend.
Okay, thank you. Now let's take a look at the story. Now can you tell me in 30 seconds this story as you recall? 1, 2, 3. Begin now.
Okay. Nancy was going to America. Uh, she was going to America with her son. They stayed in a hotel called Arcata.
Mm-hmm.
But the neighbors of this hotel has a dog, and one day the dog jumped on the fence and started barking on her son. So she stayed between her son and the dog.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Ismail, can you look at the picture and tell me this story in 30 seconds or less? 1, 2, 3.
Nancy came to America with her son to have a beautiful life. She found an apartment in Arcadia, but her neighbor's dog jumped over the fence when she played with her son at the garden. Her son, afraid of the dog very much.
Okay, thank
Nancy,
you. Thank you, Ismail. So now let's talk about what we just did. And come back. What we were doing, Eugene, is trying to quiet our native tongue by looking at the pictures, visualizing, and retelling the story. It's easier when you at as you try to find the proper words to say what it is that you want to say. All right, so that's what we did. Now we're going to do a dialogue. I'd like for the two of you to try to sound as natural as possible when you're reading this dialogue. All right, so here's your dialogue. Isabel, if you will be A, Eugene, you will be B.
Okay.
You may start.
I don't like our flag.
What's the matter with it?
It is too much like other flags.
Yes, a lot of flags have stripes.
A flag should be pretty.
What should our flag look like?
It should have a pretty woman on it.
That's ridiculous.
You don't like pretty woman?
Of course I do, but not on our flag.
Every nation should have a pretty woman on their flag.
You can't go to war carrying a flag with a woman on it.
Okay, I want you to pay close attention to these two words. One is women and the other is woman. Which one means multitude? W-O-M-E-N or W-O-M-A-N? Which one means
Woman.
Is it this one?
The first one is
Multitude?
yes.
Yeah.
Good. So, and this, now this word is women. Women.
Woman.
I don't know how to spell
Women.
Women.
Okay? This word is whoa. So
Woman.
make that distinction when you're saying them. One is women. It's not women. It's not woman. It's not. I'm not sure what women. It's not women. It's not women. It's women and then whoa. Whim and whoa. Okay. So that's important that you be aware of that. All right. So let me come back and bring up our next part of our dialogue. This one, try to sound authentic. You can ad-lib if you need to. Ismail, you will be A.
A.
Eugene, you will be B. Well, A is Ismail, M is Eugene. A and M.
Okay.
Try to sound authentic. Here's how it would sound authentic. Hi, how can I help you? So you don't have to say exactly what you say. This is just my writing. Hi, hello, may I help you? Okay, start now. A.
Hi, what can I do for you?
I'm interested in the apartment in Marine Drive. What can you tell me about it?
It's a conversion on the second floor of a beautiful four-story building. It has 2 bedrooms and a large living room overlooking the sea. The kitchen and bedroom have recently been refitted.
Is it centrally heated?
Yes, it is centrally heated throughout and double glazed too.
Does it have a parking space?
No, but there is plenty of unrestricted parking in Marine Drive and nearby.
And how much is it?
It is 139,995, but I believe the owner would be willing to accept an offer.
And how long is the lease?
There is no lease. It is a condominium.
Okay, good. Now try to create one on your own. You want to rent a house. 2 people are going to make this conversation. So Ismail and Eugene, you want to rent a house. You decide who wants to rent and who wants to get the money. You may start. There is no written script for you this time.
Yeah. You should improvise.
Yes, you should improvise.
Okay. Hello, Ismail. I'd like to rent an apartment somewhere in a central part of the city. What you can recommend me?
Have an apartment. I have a flat with 3 rooms. Is it okay for you?
I'm not afraid. I'm afraid I can afford it. I'm looking for 1-room apartment. I don't know how to say, with furniture.
Furnished. You want it furnished.
Furnished. I want it furnished and with central heating because I want to spend winter there.
Do you look for a family flat, or do you live alone?
I have a cat. I don't know. I want to be with my cat, and I hope that landowner has the ability to handle it.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I got it. You look for a furnished 1-room flat for a single man, I think.
Yeah.
And you look for a flat in downtown.
Now, somewhere in the central part of the city, close to the subway or underground.
Yes, I have a flat with 1 room and with a open kitchen, furnished. On the second floor, it has a good park view and close to subway, but it is a little expensive. I don't know about your budget.
Okay, you guys are wrapping it up now, and we'll come back. Will you take it? Are you going to take it? Take the apartment or no?
How much does it cost?
It is $1,000 a monthly leasing.
Oh, I think I I can afford it.
Okay, thank you guys. Now, if you would turn your attention back to this final activity, I hope that you will find this one engaging, inspiring, and entertaining. In this activity, we're going to look at the scenario, and I have given you a story starter. In this story starter, you will read it just like it is, and then fill in a little information to follow the dots. All right? I will do the first one. I need you to speak for 60 seconds as you tell your story. While you're telling your story, I'm going to count the number of times that you have an an ah, an earn. Then we're going to eradicate. The word eradicate means to remove or get rid of as many of those and ahs as possible. Are you understanding me so far?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so here's my story, and I'll watch my clock. After the dental hygienist cleaned Pablo's teeth, Dr. Julio inspected them and said, "Wow, you have no cavities." Okay, so I'm going to put in that the doctor said, "Wow, you." Now I'm going to tell my story now. When I tell my story, most likely I'm going to have an excessive amount of uh, ooh. I'm going to count them. When I finish, I will retell my story again, and I want to have fewer ums. Okay? So I will talk for 60 seconds now. I must talk until I know I have talked for 60 seconds so I can get all of my ums and earns counted. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. After the dental hygienist cleaned Pablo's teeth, Dr. Julio inspected them and said, "Wow, you have no cavities." The doctor said that I had no cavities, and this made my mother very proud. My mom was proud that I did not have any cavities, so she said that we could go shopping. And when we went shopping, I asked my mom if we could go shopping, and she said we could get something because I was very good at the dentist, and she said I could buy anything that I wanted as long as it was as long as it was not too costly. She said I could spend $50, and I wanted to get the $50. She gave me $50, and I bought me a pair of jeans. Okay, so there. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I have 17 earned ahs and whatever. Now I'm going to tell the same story in 60 seconds. 1, 2, 3. After the dental hygienist cleaned Pablo's teeth, Dr. Julio inspected them and said, "Wow, you have no cavities." I told my mom I had no cavities, and she said, "I am so proud of you. You have brushed your teeth every night, and now I'm going to take you shopping." When we went to the store to buy something, I decided that I needed to know how much money my mother was going to give me. So I said, "Mom, how much money will you give me?" She said she would give me $50 to spend on anything that I wished. I thought about it for a moment, and I said, "I know exactly what I want. I want to get a pair of jeans because all of the students in my class have these fancy jeans, and I wanted a pair too." So now I have completed my story, and I had only one ah, and I have reduced my ah. I did not change the rate of my speed of speaking, but I thought about what I wanted to say, and I kept my, in your case, native language from speaking. Do you have the idea?
Yes.
Okay. Did I have 2 yeses or 1?
Yes, yes, but it looks like it pushed me out of my comfort zone.
Okay. So let me say, if you stay in your comfort zone and you have a coach, do you play sports? Do you play sports?
No, I'm jogging.
Well, do you know anything about a sport?
Yes.
Okay. And what sport do you know something about?
Football?
Okay.
Soccer?
Does this football sport that you know about, does it have a coach?
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you know of a football team that is any good?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think then that the coach is good if the team is good?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So here's what I want to say to you when you say this takes you out of your comfort zone. When a coach recognizes that a person has the potential to play, the coach is willing to work with that person. This is how the coach knows the person has the potential to play. The coach knows that the person has the potential to play because the person showed up and said, I want to play. In your case, you showed up to my class, which says that you want to, based upon the topic today, be able to understand how to communicate effectively in the English language. Is that a true assessment? Or
Yeah,
did you just want to
true.
listen? Okay.
No, no,
So,
true.
so as your coach, I am a conversational English coach. So I guide you, I direct you to help you become the best that you can possibly be every time you come to one of my classes. Now, are you willing to try, even though it takes you out of your comfort zone?
Yeah, I know. Yes, I
Okay.
am.
Okay, great. So now we're going to go first with Ismail. I want you to look at your picture, look at your prompt, and as soon as you start talking, your 60 seconds begin. And your first, well, after you give me your starter. Ismail,
Yes.
I'm waiting for you to give me something to end this first sentence. The golden cat was trying to sleep. The 3 little bluebirds wanted to...
Wanted to eat some seeds on the ground.
Start your story. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
The golden cat was trying to sleep. The 3 little bluebirds wanted to eat some seeds on the ground. But they are afraid of the golden cat, and they couldn't eat the seeds on the ground because of the golden cat. They are tweeting to go away the golden cat of this place. But the golden cat tried to sleep in this place, and the golden cat want to quit the tweeting of the bluebirds.
Okay, thank you. Very well done, Ismail. Ismail, were you in my class last period?
Yes.
Because I'm thinking, wow, that's amazing. All right, let's see if you can. Let's see if you can. Let's see if you can do it this time without a single one. But you only had one. What you did have, Ismail, you had 2 ands, but I didn't say that I was going to check for your ands. But let's continue. Tell me your story again in 60 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
The golden cat was trying to sleep. The 3 little bluebirds wanted to eat some seeds on the ground. But the birds are afraid of golden cats, and they cannot arrive the seeds, and the golden cat are try to sleep, but the tweeting of birds are making noisy around, and the golden cat want to hunt the blue birds.
Okay, that's it. Okay, so you still have 1 for 1, but that's still very, very good. Great job. Eugene, whenever you're ready, read your prompt and give me the remainder of the sentence.
Okay, Bob stopped to let the penguins cross the road. They were on their way to north.
To where?
North?
They were on their way to...
South. South.
Wait,
Do they live? Okay.
where are they going? North or south? It doesn't matter.
North. Okay,
North.
north.
Okay. All right. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Bob stopped to let the penguins cross the road. They were on their way to north. Bob said them, "Why are you going there? It's a highway. You shouldn't go there because you can be hit by a car. But we have no choice. We should go there because there's no viaduct or other bridges that we can use to go on north." "Oh, okay, I'll try to do my best, but you definitely shouldn't do that again." So he stopped the car and let them go the street.
10 more seconds. Keep going.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, see, that doesn't count because if you're not talking, I can't really tell. All right, tell your story again. And try not to have any ums, ahs, and ers. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, Bob stopped to let the penguins cross the road. They were on their way to north. So Bob said them, "You shouldn't go there because you may be hit by a car or another truck." But they replied, "We have no any choice to do not go there because there's no bridges, there's no underground crossing or thing like that. We shouldn't go this place." Bob thought just a couple of seconds and decided to let him go because they don't care. They don't they don't care about themselves, and there's no other choices for them.
5 seconds.
So he stopped the car and let him go. And
Okay, thank you. Well, usually people improve instead of not improving. But you get the idea. Once you are aware of something, you can start working on correcting that problem. Do you understand? So here's what I now as I listen to Ismail's story about the golden cat wanted to sleep, the birds wanted to eat something on the ground, they wanted some seeds, and that's about all that I remember, which is enough, but it didn't come to me all choppy. What I remember about yours is that some penguins were going across the road to go north, but they should not have, and they were told by the officer that you should not be on the busy street because you perhaps might get injured. So this is when someone tells you what they heard, then they heard the story without the excessive ahs and erns and oohs. Okay? So you guys did a great job with that. With that said, when I have the small classes, it makes the class go a lot faster, and hopefully you're able to see what you can work on this week as you're talking with someone. I have said many times, when you're talking to people, no one is ever going to say, "You say too many ers and ahs and but I am your coach And as your coach, I don't mind pointing those things out to you because I want you to become better, and I want you to be fluent, and I want you to speak excellent English very nicely. So what questions can I answer for either of you today? What questions can I answer for you today?
Priscilla, when we're talking about a penguins group,
Okay.
how can we say about a penguins more than one penguins group, or
I don't know. I would say more penguin. I would say there was a multitude of penguins. I could probably tell you the answer, but Ismail, as I've said oftentimes, that I am a conversational coach, not a grammarian coach. I don't claim to have all of the answers or even wish to have all of the answers, because Verbling has so many teachers that are good at what they do
yes.
in the grammar that it would be better for me to leave that to them than for me to try to invade that territory and spend the time looking for something that you would not really use in my class. What I do tell you is this: if I know it immediately, I don't know the answer to that immediately, but I would probably say there was a lot of penguins. That's really what I would say. I say, ooh, that's a bunch of penguins. That's a lot of penguins. That's a whole lot of penguins. That's a multitude of penguins. But whether I would say a flock, I don't know. I would say there was a flock of sheep, because it's a word that's associated with sheep, a flock of sheep. I would not say that the deer in the forest. I would not say that there was a flock of deer. I would not say that there was a flock of fish. I would say there is a school of fish. There is something that is called colloquialism. And for me, I think this comes from being an avid reader. When you read a lot, you start seeing how words are used in a sentence and what it is in reference to. A long time ago, but it wasn't too long ago, one of my students said that my speaking was benign. And I thought, I had to go from cancer to what does benign mean? Oh, she was saying that my speaking is good. But it just seems so odd and awkward because benign does not go with speaking. Benign goes with something such as an illness, cancer, and things like that. So do
Tumor.
you or tumor. So do you understand what I'm saying when you ask me about a flock?
Yes.
I only know how I would use a flock by the amount of reading that I do. I don't think I would say a flock of penguins. I think I would say a lot of penguins. But that doesn't mean that there isn't a flock of penguins. All right, guys, we are at the top of the hour. Could I get your final words for today? What is your impression of today's lesson and today's class, Ishmael?
Yes, it was different for me because your style is different than the others generally.
Mm-hmm.
It is unique and creative, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
And
thank you. I hope that's a good thing.
yes,
Okay, did I
you
give you something
feel
to work? Did I give you something to think on and something that you can try to work on? Did I give you a tip today that you could try and work on in terms of eradicating the ers and ahs and oohs from your conversation?
I
Yes,
am
I
not
just,
sure. I
I
couldn't
just, I
understand.
just, I just want you to be aware when you're talking, if you're saying ooh and ah a great deal, many of times, I want you to try to not say it so often. Okay, Eugene?
Yeah. I wanted to say that I saw some of your classes before. That's why I'm here. Today
Okay.
it is my first class on Verbling, so I just want to work on my speaking skills. conversational skills.
Well, I hope that you enjoyed today and you will find it beneficial to come back and visit with me again. All right?
Okay.
Thank you both. Guys, have a nice day. I have another class, I think, starting in 3 minutes, but I have to check. Have a nice day. Bye.
Okay. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.